Hello everyone, I'm Natalia Bilbao, and here's what's happening in LA this week. Winston Churchill once said, "Never let a good crisis go to waste." In the case of Los Angeles, the crisis could be seen as the looming pandemic we are still dealing with. Mayor Eric Garcetti is using those issues to test a new approach to managing encounters between the homeless and law enforcement. He recently announced a new pilot program to make these encounters safer and more productive for all involved. Take a look.
It's been a long and a difficult 21 months, but I want you to know we have never stopped working hard to confront homelessness. If anything, even in the midst of the pandemic, we doubled down and accelerated the efforts of what we were doing. Let me tell you today about the news we're announcing, a new program that our city has rolled out. It's starting in Venice and in Hollywood, and hopefully coming to your neighborhood soon. We call it CIRCLE. CIRCLE stands for Crisis and Incident Response through Community-Led Engagement. And at the heart of our CIRCLE pilot is a truth. We know that sending somebody with a badge can sometimes be helpful, but it's not the solution to homelessness. But what we really want are deep experts who can most quickly get people off the streets and on their road to recovery.
When you've been in the streets and you really see what's going on, it's too much, it's too heavy, and it's gone too far. We are going to do our best to use best practices and to use that part of our soul that takes it from a whole nother place to try to do the impossible.
In 2013, when I became mayor, we had $10 million in our entire city budget to confront homelessness. And every year we built from that 10 million. Until this year, in our justice budget, we had over $1 billion that goes to the myriad of programs and developments to help us end homelessness here in Los Angeles. So CIRCLE is helping us flip the script. It's providing a more effective model to get unhoused Angelinos the support that they need, while freeing up police officers to handle the public safety issues that demand their attention. Saving lives is what our outreach workers have always done. They are the heart and soul of our effort to move people out of a tent and under a roof. In 2013, we had just 11 city-funded outreach workers for a population of over 30,000 homeless individuals. 11 for 30,000. Today, there are 10 times that number, 124 outreach workers engaging our most vulnerable, unhoused Angelinos. These folks are trained, they're unarmed, they're out there in Hollywood and Venice 7 days a week to provide unhoused Angelinos with a compassionate response.
I don't know if this is ultimately the answer. What I suspect is that we'll build on it and we'll learn from the lessons. But I know that we have to do something.
Councilmember Marquise Harris Dawson recently attended a hiring event held in collaboration with Councilmember Joe Buscaino and State Assembly member Mike Gibson. The job fair was hosted by the Watts Labor Community Action Committee and boasted more than 1,000 positions available for that South LA community. Check out the festivities.
Today we're in Watts at the WLCAC Center hosting a job fair. We've got over 1,000 open jobs available that employers are here to hire people in. So folks from the neighborhood, frankly a neighborhood that isn't as connected to the economy as we'd like, the economy is coming here to hire people.
We've been around here now 56 years. And without interruption, we've been providing a menu of services including job training and development, care for senior citizens and nutrition, after-school programs for youngsters, services for homeless and ex-offenders, all of the different things that go into addressing a human need in a place like Watts.
Not only is it important for economic independence, but it's also reassuring to the community that people are still coming to them to actively help them in regards to job employment, in regards to living and providing productive lives within the communities that are underserved by many of our governments. So it's a very important thing to have over 30 employers come into the Watts community seeking employment. That came to be because a lot of the representatives, for example, Councilmember Joe Buscaino, Councilmember Marquise Harris Dawson, Assemblymember Mike Gibson, they're very good friends. They close together. They work to serve the communities that they oversee and overlap.
A good job is important, but a job that fits around your life. And one of the key things that we need that's holding back our economy, frankly, is childcare. So families need to be able to have a place where their child can not just go, but their child can go and get enrichment while they're doing work on behalf of their family and on behalf of all of us. And so that's one of the things that our Council President, Noreen Martinez, and our EWDD department is working real hard on to make sure that people can get good jobs, yes, but that their family is taken care of in that process.
We have all kinds of jobs. We need painters and plumbers and electricians. We need people that are farmhands and people to run programs. We need all kinds of people.
Councilmember John Lee teamed up with the group Volunteers Cleaning Communities to host a new event for District 12, Environmental Awareness Day in Chatsworth. The event was designed to distribute trees to residents, connect with local volunteer organizations, and much more. Just take a look.
We have a donkey behind you.
We do. I can feel him here.
Well, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Volunteers Cleaning Communities First Environmental Awareness Day. There's opportunities for you to volunteer in the community at every single booth here today.
As you can see, that we've made it a family event, and it's never too early to teach kids to be good stewards of Mother Earth. Sometimes people wonder if like one or two people can really make a difference, and this is a perfect example of that.
Everything we use up on top of this land here gets washed out to the sea if we're not careful. You know, we pick up trash and take care of our environment and make sure the flowers are blooming.
Well, as I get older, I like to live longer, and anything that helps me to keep healthy and educate my granddaughter to continue, that's important for me.
311 exists. Give us a call if you see anything on the street that is dirty, if you see glass on the street, if you see graffiti on the wall.
What you see around you is a community that cares about their community. A lot of local vendors, a lot of local people who just want to come together and be a part of everything that we're doing.
LADWP issues a stand-down order for a fallen colleague. The LA Fire Department graduates a new class of cadets, and Councilmember Marquise Harris Dawson presides over District 8's official tree lighting. These stories up next on CityBeat.
The Los Angeles Department of Water and Power recently held a department-wide stand-down to honor a member of its power system team. The 5-minute stand-down, or halt of all work, honored Mike Lemestri, who died in the line of duty on November 4, 2021. LADWP crews remembered their fallen colleague with a makeshift memorial at Figueroa and Avenue 51, including an American flag and Mike's hard hat, which hung on a power pole. Lemestri was a 16-year veteran of LADWP who worked as an electric distribution mechanic until recently being promoted to senior cable splicer. Mayor Eric Garcetti ordered that all U.S. flags in city facilities be lowered to half-staff to recognize Mike Lemestri's sacrifice. The Los Angeles Fire Department recently graduated 54 new recruits from the Valley Recruit Academy 81 in Panorama City. Recruits were required to successfully complete a 20-week training curriculum to graduate as probationary firefighters.
We have approximately 3,500 firefighters, but today we're graduating 54. We have 52 male and 2 female. The top overall recruit is a female, so we're very, very proud of that accomplishment.
New graduates will be dispatched among the 106 different firehouses throughout Los Angeles. To learn more about opportunities with the Los Angeles Fire Department, visit joinlafd.org. Councilmember Marquise Harris Dawson and residents across Council District 8 recently lit a 35-foot holiday tree on Broadway. The celebration was dedicated to Pastor E.L. Williams, who proposed having the Broadway corridor lit with Christmas decorations. Festivities for It's Lit included performances, hot chocolate, snacks, giveaways, and fun for the entire family.
This time of year is the time when I feel like we're at our best. We're looking out for each other. We have the best energy and the best wishes towards each other. And so it's a great celebration, and people are just chomping at the bit to be here.
The tree will stay lit at the corner of South Broadway and Manchester Avenue through the end of the year for the entire community to enjoy.
One of the many annual events canceled because of the pandemic was last year's auto show. Well, the LA Auto Show was back in full force with lots of spectacle and innovation on display at the LA Convention Center. And the Channel 35 cameras were there to check out the latest.
The LA Auto Show started in 1907, and Henry Ford was there as a guest, and shortly after, started to make his mark on the scene. So brands like Ford and Chevy, who have been with us for decades, are still here, but you also have newer brands breaking in onto the scene in a big way and using the LA Auto Show platform as this global stage. 2019 was the last show. The 2020 November show was postponed due to COVID, moved to May 2021, and then ultimately canceled. So it is a very special celebratory moment, not only for us as an organization, but also for the automakers and for consumers to come back to an annual event that they love, but also see all the new technology, all the new models, all the advancements that have happened in the last 2 years.
We're both pretty much car guys, happy that it's open this year. So we were really looking forward to it.
Siempre es bonito andar viendo los shows para ver todo lo nuevo que sale, las nuevas tecnologías.
One of the coolest things about this year's show is just how many activations there are inside and outside. So inside, because of the zero-emission vehicles, we have indoor test rides and drives. Outside, we have Ford Bronco Built Wild, VW Roadshow, and Camp Jeep, which are all SUV, outdoor, thrilling rides where you get to go over obstacles and 38-degree hills and get on inclines and almost feel like you're falling out. It's really cool. Edison Future, which is right outside the West Hall, solar-powered truck that's just beautiful. There's a flying car over in South Hall, which is kind of cool to look at. Who knows what the future holds? Maybe they'll all be solar and we'll all be flying one day, but that's not anytime soon. So I think right now the excitement's around zero-emission vehicles and what they can do for all of us to empower our lives.
Nomás andamos aquí viendo los carros a ver qué nos da, what we get for Christmas.
Meanwhile, in Lincoln Heights, a different kind of auto show came rolling in. Since 2012, the local car club Dinos Bomb Squad has combined their love for vintage autos with community service. Recently, they held their annual holiday toy drive to give back to the kids in Council District 1.
I appreciate it, huh? Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, just go ahead. You come around right here or into the grass side.
Today we're here doing our annual toy drive. We're trying to get toys to support our less fortunate kids of the community. These toys will be given to Hillside Church, and some of them will be given to Dinos George from Dinos Burgers. We're either going to hand them out there at his location, or we're going to hand them out at a school on Griffin and Avenue 28.
It's a good cause. We're always looking to support positive and beneficial causes for our community. And in this case, the Christmas gifts for the children.
This is something Dino's Bomb Squad, I believe, has been doing it over anywhere from 10 to 12 years. It's amazing because there's so many community from Dino's Bomb Squad that participate. I know half of them. I was a school teacher there, so I know half of them. And I admire their dedication to the community. So this is big.
What people need to know is a lot of these people in these cars, they're old, gang members or whatever, that they didn't get along, but with our event, everybody's coming together, It's like they're leaving their past behind and, we come together as one and have a great time.
goodness, to see the children, to see the families, just to see their faces, how they gleam up and have that smile. And the community, a parent is so grateful for any kind of gift you give to that child or anything you give to that family. They're so grateful. Dinos Bomb Squad is a whole bunch of guys from Lincoln Heights that went to Lincoln, went to a cathedral, some of them, that have stayed in the community and continue to believe in our community and give back.
Actually, it's not just cars and bikes. It's open to anybody, you know. Anybody who wants to come in and donate a toy, they're welcome to come join us.
Many of us consider our canine pets as a member of the family. But have you ever thought about having your dog vaccinated? It's a real thing. And Dana Brown with LA Animal Services was kind enough to share an illuminating lesson on canine influenza. Take a look.
Canine influenza is an upper respiratory infection that affects dogs, much like COVID affects human beings. Canine influenza has very clear coughing symptoms. Continuous cough because it is an upper respiratory infection, so the animal is going to be trying to clear that mucus through coughing. There will be sneezing, lethargic tendencies where your animal is concerned, much like a flu, where they're not going to have the same energy that they normally have, elevated temperatures, chills, those kinds of flu symptoms that we have connected with COVID. So you'll be able to tell. It's very contagious. So if you're concerned about your pet catching canine influenza, you should most definitely have your pet vaccinated. Vaccines, much like the COVID vaccine, it does give your pet some immunity and certainly does result in much milder symptoms if, in fact, your pet does come down with the virus. To get more information, you can go to LA County Public Health's website. We've been working very closely with them on protocols during the quarantine period and different things that we should be doing during this outbreak. So we just have to know that it's out there and make sure that our animals are protected as best we can. Talk to your veterinarian about getting your dogs protected through the vaccine.
Most people know and wait for Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, when deals and specials help consumers get the most bang for their buck. But for council member Mitch O'Farrell, his holiday spending sprees each year always include Small Business Saturday. His mission? To help elevate commerce on a community level. Check this out.
Here we are in Elysian Valley, just a few days after Thanksgiving, on a beautiful Los Angeles morning, and it's Small Business Saturday, and we're beginning our day at Rick's Burgers. It's important to support our local small businesses because they are the driver of our local economy. They employ 75% of all employees. I support supporting small businesses year-round. It's what makes our neighborhoods unique. You are investing in your own neighborhood when you shop at a small business. And those dollars are going to do a lot more for your immediate surroundings than if you shop somewhere else.
Tenemos mucha gente que viene de otros lugares que no son precisamente de la comunidad, pero la mayoría de la comunidad nos conoce aquí a todos por nombre y nosotros también a ellos. Especialmente en estos tiempos que hemos atravesado días muy difíciles, nuestros clientes han sido fieles y nos han ayudado a que este lugar se mantenga abierto.
This is Small Business Saturday, and my office is presenting Rick's with a certificate of appreciation.
Thank you so much.
You just get that personal touch.
The money you spend, you just feel like you're helping out the community, and the money is going where it should go. And this keeps the business running, so it's fantastic for the community.
Just, if you want to shop for holiday gifts, this is the place. Come to Atwater Village in the 13th District, and this is Ashley. And so Ashley's going to accept this token of our gratitude from the office.
Thanks.
Small businesses are what makes the city tick. Acknowledgement of
all the good stuff you're doing.
Much appreciated.
Yeah. Stores like this make communities more walkable, and when there's more foot traffic in a commercial area where there's retail, there are more sales.
It just gives a lot of exposure to what small businesses are doing. We're here, we've got some great stuff, we're local, you know, come meet the community and support your community.
And later in the program, Channel 35 catches up with Councilmember O'Farrell in Hollywood, where he participated in the return of another Los Angeles holiday tradition. Even as a lingering pandemic breeds new variants for us to deal with, each day we seem to be welcoming the return of the traditions we put on hold a year ago. One such tradition here in Los Angeles is the LA Zoo Lights. Check out what's in store for you this year.
We are in the first week of LA Zoo Lights. We're super excited to be back open after a year off due to the pandemic, and we are thrilled to have Angelino's back. The LA Zoo has proudly hosted Zoo Lights since 2014. It was the brainchild of Councilmember Tom LaBonge, who was our councilman at the time.
It's cheerful, it's happy at a time when we've had there's a lot of stress still for folks. The lights, you can't help but be in better spirits when you're out here and you're outdoors.
La magia de la Navidad, de las luces, de el sentir de poder ya salir un poco más de la casa y dar esa experiencia a nuestros hijos.
All guests aged 12 and older should produce a copy of their COVID-19 vaccine. It could be digital, it could be a card. If they don't have that, they can show a negative COVID-19 test within 72 hours.
You buy your tickets in advance so that they can plan accordingly, but everything seems really well maintained otherwise. And you're outdoors, so as long as you take precautions, they're doing their part, so it's a great place to come with your family.
Makes us feel like things will get back to normal, provides a little hope.
It became apparent over the last year during the pandemic that families wanted to be out and about and explore outside, and the LA Zoo is a great resource for the community in that way. And having this event just in time for the holidays is another way we're doing that.
The most wonderful time of the year is here. How can you tell? Easy, just ask Santa. He was in attendance for the arrival of the Hollywood Christmas Parade.
I'm so glad to be back here in Hollywood, as we've done every year for so many years, and everything is kind of opened up again, so the whole gang is back together.
It's a wonderful opportunity just to kick off the holiday season.
This is the 89th annual Hollywood Christmas Parade. After 20 months of a shutdown and, spits and starts of coming out of the pandemic, here we are bringing the parade back. And I have very special guests today. This is Yuritsa and this is Miguel from the Police Activity League. And they're Hollywood residents here to celebrate with me. And they're going to ride in the car today.
The nice thing about the neighborhood and the people that live down here and live in our community, they get to come down, sit down, and watch a parade.
Especially tonight, the weather's perfect.
And yeah, there's no snow.
Of course, we're wearing masks. We're doing, everything we can to protect ourselves. But we're really looking forward to tonight.
We're all really glad that we can do this. We're glad that that part of the pandemic allows us to be in person to some degree, to a great degree. And so I'm really excited. I know the world will be watching, and that's why I'm really proud to be here.
We're getting ready for it, and I got my ugly sweater on. We're like ready to rock. Willow's with me. We're cool.
To experience the Christmas parade, it's something that I've done since I was a child, and we're having a really good time.
pero hoy día celebramos mucho más. Esto va mucho más allá que un desfile, porque estamos celebrando, ¿no?, que hoy día que se está reduciendo el alto índice alarmante y peligroso de infecciones y también de mortalidad debido al coronavirus, pero sin embargo tenemos que proteger, tenemos que usar las mascarillas y si hasta la fecha no se han vacunado, por favor, quiero enfatizar y subrayar lo siguiente, hay que vacunarse lo más pronto posible.
Well, Toys for Tots, this is actually a significant day because it started right here in Los Angeles in 1947 when a group of young Marine reservists got together and collected toys and distributed them to less fortunate children. And this past year, despite the pandemic, our Marine Reserve units, our volunteers distributed toys and books to 7.4 million children.
As much as we're all excited about being out and about, there are still families out there in need. Toys for Tots seems to fill in the gap for a lot of those children who would not have otherwise had a toy. They get one this year because of that.
Supporting Marines Toys for Tots is what we gotta do. We want to make this the best Christmas ever.
Check out Sun Valley Youth Arts Center's Holiday Arts Workshops. Enjoy the 34th Annual Heart of the Harbor Holidays Parade, or join Council Member Bob Blumenfield's Holiday Goods Drive. All this and more on Things to Do.
Join the Sun Valley Youth Arts Center for their 2021 Holiday Art Workshops series. These art workshops are designed for the participation and enjoyment of the entire family. Workshop materials are free, but only while supplies last. Space is also limited, and seating is done on a first-come, first-served basis, so arrive early. Holiday art workshops at the Sun Valley Youth Arts Center happen on Saturday, December 4th, 11th, and 18th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. For more information, call 818-252-4619. The 34th Annual Heart of the Harbor Holidays Parade returns to downtown Wilmington. Each holiday season, this neighborhood parade is a grand event for Wilmington residents who line the streets to wave and cheer on the participants. The theme for 2021's event is Reuniting the Heart of the Harbor. Marching bands, floats, and other holiday-themed spectacles will be on display in the event. The 34th Annual Heart of the Harbor Holidays Parade will take place Sunday, December 12th, beginning at 12 p.m. For more information, call the Wilmington Chamber of Commerce at 310-834-8586. You are invited to Councilmember Bob Blumenfield's Holiday Drive. Enjoy light refreshments during this holiday gathering, which collects donations to benefit children and the less fortunate. Your non-perishable dry or canned goods will go directly to food-insecure families thanks to partnering food banks in Council District 3. Toys will be distributed to local nonprofits including Family Rescue Center and Kids Cancer Connection, to name a few. Bob Blumenfield's Holiday Drive kicks off at 4 p.m. at the Warner Ranch Park Bandshell, rain or shine, on Thursday, December 9th. To RSVP, visit tinyurl.com/CD3HolidayRSVP. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's it for this edition. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org, and we're also on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.